Ours is a crazy place in oh so many ways. Let's try to make some sense of it on Spiritfolk Saturdays.
Welcome to the weekly thrilling and temp-based podcast, Spiritfolk Saturdays! Today we're here to talk about parts 21 through 24 of the Big War arc. I'm your host, Elfy, spirit of I'm sick, so please appreciate my presence. Joining us this week are Dark,
Spirit of Badass Swords,
Eddie,
Spirit of, I don't know yet, come back to me.
Stevie,
Spirit of, they just fell into each other's weapons, I swear.
Finley,
Spirit of theories, not magic.
Willow,
Spirit of Hug Piles.
and Eddie again.
Spirit of Marcus, I guess.
Alright, as you guys can tell, I am sick, so I may or may not be talking much. It hurts to talk, but I want to say things. The eternal struggle.
Also, Sophie asked me to say she would be the spirit of you guys are together, but she's only here in spirit today.
She's literally spirit of the spirits.
Hashtag
Exactly.
We love you, Sophie. Mwah.
Also, I don't want to be sniffling into my microphone the whole time, so that's another reason to not be. So,
Gregor and Kirlos are having a death match, which turned into a slap fight
Amazing.
in a skeleton bunker.
Amazing. Like, probably the best fight. My favorite fight in this show so far.
It's great.
I do have a little bit of notes this time around. Because normally I just go into these blinded.
I didn't take any.
Either.
I went back to parts 21 through 24 and just like picked things. So we just have a little of everything. Well, Gregor's not dead, but not really dead. Thanks to Fury.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get some proper healing. Like
He
stat.
does. Yeah.
He's her familiar, so he can just like see her aura, which is cool, kinda.
But only until midnight.
Something I've noticed is that healing in this universe does not seem to be an easy thing. Like, Ash's healing is very temporary, just like long enough to keep people together, while like Fury's is like undoing time itself. Basically.
Well, she literally made Gregor her familiar, so whatever that involves.
We never hear about familiars. I want to know more.
I still want Ian to have a little black rabbit familiar because it's adorable.
Yes, Oswald. That's what it should be named.
Hides under her
Why wouldn't she have a lovely bunny as her, familiar?
Yes.
Well, then they can steal the joke from STA and it can be named Jay.
Yes.
No one will know.
Oh yeah, the Gregor thing in the midnight. So, what sort of midnight are we talking here? Like, his internal clock of when midnight is? Or like, Honorant's clock of when midnight is? Or the Bandlands, which has a messed up time when the supposed midnight would be for there? Like, when is this midnight?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
It's like time moves slower there almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot slower.
So he might have a while before he needs to get actual healing.
He might have forever.
Maybe the midnight is his death that comes to him in his final moment. I don't know.
Maybe the real trick to defeating Gregor is to put him in the crossbow.
Yeah.
Somehow I feel he'd just do the comet strike again.
Ooh.
Except like super, super cool because he's been shot out of a crossbow or something. I'm just imagining like in Superman where it's like, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Gregor Mortway.
Or he could, like, find where his glaive went.
Yeah, that too.
I'm kind of surprised that it even fit in the crossbow. But it's a pretty big crossbow, I
It is
guess.
I mean,
ridiculous
it fit the
crossbow.
glaive, and the glaive is, like, as tall as he is.
Yeah.
Marcus and fire showers. That
Yeah.
was a bit. He burnt the witch, and I don't think we've touched based on the fact that Inian has no eyebrows right now.
He doesn't?
hasn't?
I didn't notice.
She got singed.
It was her shirt.
And it was her shirt, but I swear I'm having this moment of like, oh well, I didn't dampen your hair or anything like that, so it singed.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
She's gonna smell like burnt hair for a week.
Ooh.
And then I have the note that Horvin is now part of the conga line.
He is.
That was
There's the
amazing.
very important line from Inian of, like, I only apologize to people I like.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Very important.
Very important.
She apologized to Ash.
Yeah.
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 And I'm sure if
She's apologized to Marcus and Gregor at least once, though, hasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good baseline to establish who she actually cares about. She apologized to Colvin, I think. I think. I don't know. The part that I immediately remember is when they're on top of the wizard tower and she says to Colvin to get out of the way because she doesn't want to kill him. So, I mean, that's close enough, isn't it?
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ash forcing Inian to actually apologize to Horvin.
Yeah.
Just that whole interaction was just like, you're going to have to apologize. It's kind of like, this is my crazy uncle and you just insulted him at the grocery store and you didn't know, but you need to apologize to him right now, please.
And not sarcastically.
It makes me feel better.
Also, Morin's been kidnapped into the conga line.
Yeah.
That
Morin.
was funny.
I feel so bad for Morin. He's just done with everything.
He just
Doesn't
wants
even
to take care of his shop.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he wants.
Can I talk about
you-
how
Stop.
Morin said Thog was the strongest fighter?
I know!
I love it. I love it.
I mean, like,
Uh,
he's got his gun and he's got his shirtless brawling, which we haven't really actually seen much of aside from when he was punching the interns.
and the band. Well, that was the end of it, not the.
And
not the end.
Meekshire.
Yeah, he didn't meet so. But that was
I think-
mostly Ash.
Yeah.
He did some punching.
Also, I think Wizard High School when... No.
Yeah, when he
Yeah,
was beating up
Wizard
the
High
interns.
Oh,
Right-
yeah.
Right
Okay,
after the
yeah.
closet scene.
That's
And
good.
Ash and Indian showed up and just kind of rained on his parade.
Okay. Note I have from the next episode of Ash commenting on the grass and the Indian and about how the red imp would be seen in the forest of muted colors. And then
Yeah.
Indian's like, this is the brightest forest ever. How do you not see this? So it's like, is it the magic messing with her? Or has she always had trouble seeing these colors and just never mentioned it? Is she colorblind? Like, what is this?
Could be, but I'm also wondering if maybe she didn't mean like cool colors.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
the whole forest, at least in that area, is like blues, a little bit of greens. It's not really like bright,
They were right
warm
beside
colors,
some
like,
pink
it's not-
trees.
It's
Well,
not the red pink part.
At the same time, Ash did make mention when Inian did say, look at the grass. Look how
It's
bright this
blue,
is.
and she's like, this is like a gray.
It's gray. Yeah.
It's
So-
kind of bluey grayish. It's more muted than trees.
This is
definitely.
like the argument I have with my mother where I'm like, our house is blue. And she's like, no, our house is gray. And I'm like, no, our house is blue. And in reality, it's like a steel gray. Like, it's not like a steel gray. It's like a steel blue. Like, it's not quite fully gray. Like, if you were to put it on like a color wheel, there'd be like slightly saturated, not totally saturated. So I think it's more of a matter of perspective.
Probably. It's like that whole thing that the internet went nuts over, that one dress.
The tree or dress. Sorry.
Oh
yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. It's blue and black.
Same.
It's not.
Hell
It's
yeah.
not white and gold.
The dress from
How
hell.
long ago was that? A year and a half? When the
No,
dress
that was
came-
just last year.
No, that
just last year.
no.
last year.
Was
There
it?
you go. It
It
was
was
like
last year.
Okay.
Wasn't
it
it
was
2
at
years
least a year
ago?
ago.
Yeah, I think
It was at
2
least a
years
year.
ago.
It was
only
February
last-
20. It was February
November.
25th, 2015.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
only been
goodness.
1 year.
So
Maybe
yeah,
not.
like a year and a half.
Wow.
Guys, the gore slip and slide and the grease slide.
Oh, that was amazing.
What is
Going
that
back
with
to
slip
the
and slides?
slip and slide of corpses.
Again.
Well, we've had
Ugh.
like a canonical
You're so
slip and slide
cool.
of corpses. We've discussed a water slide of corpses, which is still one of the best podcast episodes ever.
That was great.
The thing that I loved about that little scene is how I couldn't help but notice that when Marcus tried to do his wrestling move, instead of Ash being like, "What the hell are you doing, you idiot?" she just like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna help him do this sick ass wrestling move." I'm gonna pull his feet from under him.
I like that she's learning to just roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
And that
Yeah.
Ian has spells planned specifically for whenever Marcus tries to do a wrestling move.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's the guy who tried to punch Colvin.
I love every time I've mentioned Morin in my notes. It's literally like Morin needs help.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't want to get involved. Someone get him a drink.
Oh.
And I think that also applies to Thog, where he needs sleep, he needs a drink, and he probably needs a cigarette, because the amount of cigarettes he smokes, I'm pretty damn sure he doesn't have a damn one on him right now. And with that twitch in his eye, he's lacking some nicotine.
I'm curious, why is Morin in the woods exactly?
Because he's with the Gold Clan or something.
Yeah, he followed the Gold Clan when
Uh,
they were walking into the woods at the very beginning.
right.
He was observing.
I feel so bad for Thog, though.
Yeah.
He's just so confused.
Thug deserves a nap.
Uh-huh.
Everyone in TI
Can the
deserves
next arc
nap.
just be like 4
Mickey
episodes of
doesn't
everyone
deserve a nap.
napping?
It's like dreams shenanigans. It's like, can we just have that for a minute?
And
Mm.
Thog having to try and shoot Kirlos with Gregor there and his whole thing. was funny.
Right?
The beads of sweat coalesce into a waterfall.
My favorite line from that episode was like, "I've got a crossbow." No, we've got a crossbow.
Got across.
I loved, like, Kirlos chasing Gregor to try and get his crossbow back.
It was
It was keep
great.
away.
Best episode.
Guys, help me out here. Oh, but he's almost out. I'm almost out.
Poor Vern.
Oh.
I guess you can say he's really boned in the situation.
No,
Terrible.
no.
Okay, but when Gregor said to send a message back to the 9 shrines, they're just like, just let them go home, please.
I know.
Gen Con
Right?
is next week, and confirmed from Jay the arc will not be finished by Gen Con, even though he told me he was aiming for mid to late June months ago, and look how far we've gotten.
I'm gonna
Yes.
blame Marcus because he's pretty easy to blame.
Yeah.
This wouldn't happen if they didn't keep up with their crusade of like.
They just
Okay, what I noticed was this is the second Kirlos and Gregor deathmatch,
Mhm.
and this one's taken 2 episodes. And Ash and Marcus and Inian have been walking through the woods, sneaking around for 2 episodes. That's probably where all the time has gone.
Yeah.
Is
Everybody gonna get somewhere. Oh, here, we got to see his new sword.
Yeah.
A new arc.
It does the chompy chomp.
It's so freaky.
Love it. I love
It wasn't a chainsaw, but it was kind of close in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a Swiss
I
Army
just
knife.
got it. It
It
has
eats his
Yeah.
old inventions.
It's like a.
It's a huge Japanese RPG sword. It can turn into
Oh yeah.
it's
It's a grenade launcher sword. I love it.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I made note that he named it the Flare Blade.
Yeah,
So that's the name of it.
it's so good. It's so
And he got a
good.
hit off on Jin.
Yeah.
He got the first hit. So proud.
But why is he joining the Lily Clan?
Yeah.
Tyr doesn't know what
seriously.
he's doing, I don't think.
I feel like it's more of he recognizes the fact that if the battle stops, then that's like a victory, and the band are not going to stop unless you make them.
You guys
Yeah.
just need to talk it out.
Like the clan would
Guys,
probably
just-
stand down if they weren't like, if the band were like, oh yeah, we'll stand down. The clan would be like, oh okay. But if the band just keep like stabbing them, like poor Kier got stabbed in the side.
Batty,
Batty.
no! Don't stab
Oh,
friends!
he and
My
Tyr
baddies.
got stabbed in the liver.
Switchblade.
Thankfully, it was not the butterfly knife, unless the butterfly knife is also the switchblade.
I think Fosh got confused.
I think that's what happened. Because Foss said it first, and then Jay said it. So
Mm.
It sounded like
Mhm.
Foss was edited over, though.
yeah.
My guess
don't
is my guess is he said something else, and then or like there was like something else that happened there, and he cut it, but there wasn't a good place to cut it, and so it just
Yeah.
ended up sounding really awkward, even though it was more or less like the narrative flow anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens. As a podcast editor can confirm, there are many moments where the podcast sounds really weird.
Yeah. But it all ends up great content at the end of the day.
Yes.
I have multiple points about Roland and how he needed to get his butt in there and help Kier, but he didn't. So yeah.
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 Looks like things are going pretty well. Oh no, sir. Alright, now we move in.
I love Faust's voice for that. Like,
Yeah.
like what the
Oh,
heck?
so that
Faust?
was. I was trying to figure out like who's doing that voice, but I couldn't figure out if it was Foss or Matt.
It's
I
100%
couldn't
It's
get
the
Faust.
same.
Yeah. But I'm just
Fact.
voices a lot.
I think Matt did a voice similar to that earlier for one of the guards, and I think that's where the confusion is.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Just in general, though. He's just like, man, we just gotta really go in there. Should we just go? It's like, he needs help.
It sounded very
It's like-
Kermit.
Yeah, it
Shut
was.
up.
Kermit the guard.
Kermit the guard here.
No. We're not going to degrade the podcast into Kermit the Frog impressions.
I
I
can't
know
am
with you.
can't do
sorry.
that, so.
I didn't mean for my original intimate. Yeah, anyway, I didn't mean for it to end up that way. Can you blame me, though?
Yes,
He kind of does sound like Kermit.
frequently.
Well, yeah, Foss is like magic with his voice.
He is. While we're on the subject of voices and everything, Jay needs some sleep, man.
He's
He
sick.
does.
Yeah.
He's been in the editing cave getting ready for Gen Con.
I love that picture he sent on Twitter that Elfy called his cave like almost to a T.
I actually, when I was working on that, I was like, I put a monitor there, and I was like, wait, not everyone is like me. Most people have 2 monitors, so I put another one.
And he had 3.
Yeah.
The other
He had
one was
his
like a
laptop,
laptop. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Jay. Do you know what sleep is, Jay?
I think he knows what sleep is. I just think he chooses to put TI first, which I do appreciate, but at the same time, Butto, you need to.
Rest your
As someone
voice,
who,
sleep.
Yeah. And as someone who needs to fight you at Gen Con, I don't want to fight someone who's sick.
As someone who
Yeah.
is a fan artist, I understand this need of lack of sleep in order to work on TI-related things.
Yeah.
We all have an issue with not going to sleep.
I'm gonna be so
Yeah.
busy in the next week getting ready for Gen Con.
Oh, what was I
I
going to
thought I
say?
had all my stuff done, but no, I still have stuff to do.
Sorry.
That reminds me, just a brief note, is that we will not, of course, have podcast next week, because next week will be Gen Con, and even though it doesn't start until Thursday, Wednesday is my travel day, so.
Yeah.
But we might record stuff then, I don't know. I don't have, like, a good microphone to record things with, other than my headset mic. Or we might, like, I don't know, I might record audio on my phone, or we might just have, like, the week after. We'll definitely just talk about it, because a large portion of the people going to, or some of the people hosting the podcast are going to Gen Con, such as, of the 6 of us, 4 of us are going. So,
Yep.
and that'd be great. And, like,
Oh, yeah.
all of the people I think that I know who are going are cosplaying, so.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm the bastardization cosplaying, though.
I'm really
I
excited.
probably won't be much better. My Charoth mask is really rough. I made mistakes.
I mentioned to Matt that I wanted to get a picture of him wearing my horns, and he was like, oh yeah, totally, and I'm so excited for that.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it is a very important issue we must address.
Oh?
Jin made a tree to protect himself from Kier. And the way I see it, this is more evidence that Jin is a tree.
is that my theory? Am I the one who started that theory? I think I
Yes.
did.
Yes.
I think I did, okay.
It was in relation to the world tree in the
The rise.
Xylophant's
Yeah.
diary.
That's a good theory, I think.
Oh yeah, the tree
It's
moving.
an excellent theory.
If the tree is moving, it could easily be shit moving
Yeah.
around.
I don't remember this theory at all.
Neither do I.
That's
Let's just
great.
roll with it.
Well, it's like the theory that Jin is the spirit of the world tree or something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, super powerful spirit of reincarnation and, like, life and stuff.
Oh,
Gotta be world tree.
yeah. I can see the connection. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the theory I thought up of yesterday, and I'm honestly surprised that hasn't been, like, pitched before, is that one of Zelveda's parents is the Fox King. That's just because I associate him very heavily with foxes.
It would be a
Yeah.
very interesting theory, especially considering Jin said that Zelvada was the child of a friend of his.
Mm-hmm.
But the Fox King and Chiron are enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, like, how many arguments did that start back when they were all together?
Especially, it would also be interesting because it would be like a second generation thing where Chiron and the Fox King did not get along, and Zelveda and Horvin don't get along.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe.
Family feuds.
Oh, and Zelveda's changing forms thing he does
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
He does stuff with shadows. We still don't know what the Fox King's domain is, but we're getting close.
I'm wondering if the murder ninja is gonna show up again anytime soon.
By the
I
gods,
know.
I hope so.
I still want answers, and I know Elfy still wants answers.
Did
and
you always
Seymour
just
needs-
say-
wants answers too.
Yep. Yep.
This is the second time now.
I keep getting hopes up for that. There's the new Patreon reward taking place of the practice sessions is like you get the credit reading that like we had. The first week was Kat's and it was Colvin, and then this week was Marcus's. And I'm hopeful for mine, but I feel like it's going to be the week either that Zelveda returns or the week before it. Which is I asked for Jay I asked for Zelveda to tell a terrible joke. No specific joke because I couldn't think of one. But
I'm sure Jake can probably find one.
what
I'll
I
find
think
the worst one.
I think I said specifically one that would make people hate him a Although many people do already, so I guess we'll see.
I mean, Jay would just have to look at Faust,
Yeah.
really. What do
Yeah.
you call two skunks? Too stinky.
One of these days, I will get on the tier so I can do that, and I can have Jay read the Cave Johnson speech as Kier.
That's a really good one.
Oh my god.
That's a really good one.
Hashtag life goals.
Well, see, now I want to do that because I don't have one planned for next month.
Go for it. I just want to hear it.
Awesome. I stand by the belief that if you basically combine Kier and Thog, you'd get Cave Johnson.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Terrible inventions and, like, money.
So much cynicism.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have a thing about Cure Sword and how it runs on the
Old invention.
The explosive core that is in every single one of his inventions.
Yeah, but how does he make this core? What is it made out of?
I imagine it's just a solid
Exploding
chunk
stuff.
of gunpowder. Like,
Or if he is a half spirit, then maybe that's like what he can do is he makes explosive cores and then he can build inventions around them.
I choose to believe it's a ball of glue and gunpowder. Because then the glue burns, and then the gunpowder burns, and then it explodes terribly.
Oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
It's also almost like a napalm, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how would he put something like that in like a mitten or like some of his smaller stuff he's made, like the brush?
Don't underestimate Kier.
You don't need much glue. You just need glue.
I don't know how you can stick something like that in the hairbrush. If you get one of the ones with where the side where the bristles are, and it's like this weird plastic thing, you can pull it away from the brush handle, and then you could stuff stuff inside it.
Or you can unscrew the handle and put it in there.
I don't know, too.
If the handle unscrews.
I'm just picturing a hairbrush, and you open it, and literally the entirety of the inside is gunpowder.
That's probably accurate, though.
Exactly.
And that's why they always explode. They overheat.
Can
And when
you
they
imagine, though, Thog, like, opening up one of Kier's inventions so that he can use the gunpowder when he has to reload his gun?
Kier getting really upset that it doesn't go boom.
I have a note of Faust wincing when Batty got hurt by Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Hissing through his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That is brutal.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
I still want to see her without the mask.
Mm-hmm.
I bet she's super cute.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she has face tattoos to match her, like, chest tattoos.
That would be awesome. I swear, like, Jackson is just always drawing super cute people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I also
Batter's
bet she
super
has...
cute.
I bet she
Don't do
also...
super cute.
I bet she also has super cute fangs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super cute bat fangs.
Mm-hmm.
Ian, stop that.
Are you yelling at your rat?
For a second, I'm like,
muted my
wait,
mic.
what?
I thought I muted my mic.
You did
No,
not.
you didn't.
Yes, I'm yelling at the rats because Inian is being a little turd once again. However,
Screaming again?
no. She just pushed Zelvetta out of the hammock, and Zelvetta just landed in the very bottom of the cage and is looking around like, bro, what the fuck? I love the fact that anytime I look over the cage, if it's anyone fighting, yeah, of course, Marcus and one, they fight because, you know, they're males in a cage together. That's horrible. But anytime I look at the girls' cage, it's always Inian and Zelvetta.
You know, I feel like that's probably what would happen in TI if those two were ever to meet.
They did. In
Yeah.
Village of
Kids.
Corpses.
They
Oh,
went on
yeah,
the whole
that's
haunted
right.
house together.
Yeah.
How
They
did
were
I
arguing
forget
about
this?
being short and stuff.
And Dracula's.
All the smalls in the one group.
Mm-hmm.
And with Gregor being extra small because he was an owl.
Mm-hmm. And Zelveta being annoyed when she picked him up, which was really cute.
I think Sylveta's secretly weak to cute things.
Secretly.
Probably, yeah. I mean, he's weak to Gregor, so there's that. Hey!
Gregor is adorable.
Maybe
I don't know what would happen if he met Don't. Actually,
maybe that's
no,
what
I'm
his
afraid.
like parents' domain was cute things. That's why he's really cute, and that's why he has an affinity for cute things.
That's why he's permanently like a kid, because he's cute and
Yeah.
adorable, like,
And he
like
got- and
small
he started-
children.
And he started murdering people because he's like, "Look, stop thinking of me as adorable." And everyone's like, "No, you're really cute." He's like, "Why isn't this working?"
Oh, look, he just slit that guy's throat. That's adorable.
And remember,
Oh,
spirits leave
shit,
behind
he's coming
wisps.
towards me.
Remember, spirits leave behind wisps, which are also super cute.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And friend-shaped.
Yes, friend-shaped wisps.
Now I'm just
But,
imagining wisps over, like, a crib.
Oh,
Children just playing with them. Anyway.
part of me wants to imagine what would happen if Zelveta met Don't, if that's the case that he's actually really weak to cute stuff. But at the same time, I'm terrified of that possibility because
still-
Don't did the spirit.
I
and he
still
keeps killing
think-
spirits.
I still think that Zelveta and Charoth would be like friends.
They
Gregor would
both
just be
rule
like,
over death.
Gregor and Ash would just both be like exchanging looks with each other. Like, what do we do about this?
I feel like Gregor would be like, well, if you get to hang out with the death god, why can't Zelveta? And Ash is just looking at him like he literally tried to kill me.
Well, like, Gregor would be like, stop hanging out with Charoth, and Ash would be like, stop hanging out with Zelveta. Like, they'd each be
literally
mad
both
about
have
this turn of
murder
events.
They literally both have murder friends, except Charoth doesn't murder anyone anymore.
Anymore.
At least as far as we're aware.
No, don't ruin my
They've been gone
image
for
of
weeks.
a
Who knows how
girl
many
being
ships have disappeared in that time?
I mean, a death god's got to do what a death god's got to do. He, you know, he's his own person. Spirit. God.
He's so small and adorable. I wanna pick him up and cuddle him.
And that's how it gets ya. They're small and adorable. Look at Zelveta.
New headcanon, all death gods are just small, adorable things.
Secretly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they have alternate forms that are them being really terrifying, but they can also just look really cute.
Yes.
Oh, now see, now it's like straying into like the what if Grim Reaper kind of thing of like kids. Where it's like tiny little friend appears and takes them away.
It's really cute.
And
That's
also
really
really
adorable,
sad.
but also really sad.
Yeah.
It's like Drifloon. It's a balloon Pokemon that leads kids to the underworld.
Elfy, how dare.
Healthy.
What?
That's really sad.
It's really sad. Really adorable, but it's really sad. What else? Oh yeah, there's like 5 different snakes now for the conga line.
Yeah. So many snakes.
It just keeps splitting. It's like a Hydra.
Yeah,
Stole my line.
or like a worm when you cut it in half and then it just becomes more worms.
It's a can of snakes.
That's,
I mean,
that's not how worms work. That's a lie.
Okay, yeah, that's a lie. Starfish.
Yeah.
Don't want to cut up the starfish. You'll just make more starfish.
It's like a can of snakes or a can of worms. You know, it's bright and colorful. It goes everywhere. You don't know what the hell is happening when you open it.
It explodes in your face horrendously and you scream really loudly.
And then you must face the utter disappointment that your jar of peanut brittle actually contains no peanut brittle.
Exactly.
So yeah, I made the note that when Kier greeted like the soldiers at the end of the fight, he was like, "It's nice to see you again, even if it was only 2 hours ago." It's been 2 hours since the first big fight in the clearing.
My goodness.
Like, does that mean this entire big war is going to be one day, like everything is on fire?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, and Rowan finally showed up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then
that-
I like how Kier obviously knew Rowan was like a big fraud, but he was like, whatever, I don't care. Oh, not Rowan, I mean Roland.
Roland.
Yeah. Here has fraud sense.
He doesn't care. So cute.
He would be their secret weapon if they went to Alaron.
Mm.
Please go back to Alaron. Please meet Grant.
No, please don't go back to Alaron.
Oh yeah, Grant.
Yeah, Marcus needs new coffee.
He does. He got the coffee from the space between though, from what's his name's
One.
parlor. No, it
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
one. The
Oh.
guy that Marcus couldn't
Grant.
see.
Good.
Oh,
Grant.
And that's who we want to meet in Alaron.
Yeah.
Because Grant is in
Oh, that's
Alaron.
right. He said he was in Alaron, didn't he?
He's a courier.
Yeah, he's a. Yeah.
How is it I keep forgetting these things? How dare I?
You need to rewatch more.
Clearly.
I only remember because I just finished rewatching Wizard High School.
oh. Great.
Like the 7th time.
I need to get my friends to catch up because my one of them is like only just finished Wizard High School. I think my brother's only just started Wizard High School. And then my other friend, she's still only at episode 100.
Well, hey, at least she only has 30 episodes to go.
Yeah.
True. Well, 34 now?
6.
Oh, that reminds me.
36.
That reminds me that now that we've reached, my birthday was last week, which means that it's been a year since the end of Gods Are Gone.
Mm-hmm. Also, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I remember,
Happy
just
birthday,
because last year it came out on my birthday and I was not having a good day, but now it's like, wait a minute.
You know what I think Matt should do? He should write a better birthday song. Like if you look at the birthday songs in other languages, they are so much better than the English one.
Happy Birthday has like the tune of a different song. I think it's called like Good Morning to You or something. Good morning to you. I don't know. I remember reading up on it.
Yeah.
For some
The thing is,
reason.
most of the songs that you learn as kids, half of them have like the same tune as other stuff. Like
Yeah,
the
ABCD.
ABCs is Twinkle
ABCs.
Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah.
And Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah.
I used to know how to play in guitar. For no reason.
See, now you guys have made it that I'm now drawing Zelvetta holding Don't.
Please don't have
How
him be
cute
doing
is
something
it?
horrible to poor little Don't.
No, it's cute.
Oh,
Okay.
have it be gross.
I forgot how to draw Zelvetta because I haven't drawn it. Okay, in my defense, I've forgotten how to draw literally everything because I didn't draw
Yeah.
for like a week and 3 days. So,
You forgot how to draw Indian ones.
yes, that was awful. It's terrible forgetting how to draw characters that you draw a lot because it's like, oh, I draw them almost nothing like Jackson does. What the fuck am I supposed to be doing here?
They're still extremely recognizable as their characters, though. Like, you do a really good job.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what I really, really, really want to see in the future if they ever get out of honorance?
Ever.
I want to see Indian meeting Don't, because I'm just
Yes.
imagining, like, the greatest sass war ever.
I feel like they would like have like a 5-minute fight and then immediately be the best of friends.
Yeah, possibly.
Like they
I
would,
mean,
they
Don't
would get
gives
off
out
on a
free
bad
food.
foot and then would start respecting each other and be like, "Oh no, you're really
Bad
cool."
move.
Except
Don't
that
gives
Except that India doesn't really like spirits, but
has she actually shown any like distinct hate for specifically spirits? I haven't noticed.
she was really mad with the Palling Around with Pally Dan book because it was like, oh, look at all the cute little cherubim. She's like, this is not what it's like.
Maybe, but then again, that doesn't necessarily mean that she hates spirits. I mean, remember, it's Indian. She is the cynicalest person ever.
I think she was just mad at the happy ending.
Maybe.
Probably.
No one died, and she was disappointed.
I think it's more that she was upset by how unrealistic it is. Oh my god, Sylvetta, why do your eyes look so weird? The problem with Sylvetta's eyes is that they're never, like, fully visible. His hair is always in the way. So I never remember what I'm supposed to do. Because I never draw them like that.
Try checking your old art.
I don't wanna. Well, there
You
we
need to
go.
have a nap after this, Elfy.
No.
Feel better.
Also no.
Also, I have a few more notes if you want to
Yeah.
talk about those at the very end. Okay, so one was Kier's title is Agent of Chaos. You know, like how Inian is like assistant and Gregor is like battle commander and stuff. So Agent of Chaos, I thought that was funny. And then I have the note of Inian getting the title card instead of Kier.
The end slate, yeah.
Let's deal with that.
And I have a long rant because I'm mad about it, but I'm not going to say it.
Thank you.
Basically, he's still at level 8, and he hasn't leveled up since everything is on fire. He just did the coolest thing ever, and then he still doesn't get XP for it.
To be fair, most of the people who've been getting end slates haven't really gotten much XP anyway.
Yeah.
This has been very much a character, like, personal progression as opposed to, like, literal strength progression.
Yeah, but Jason said he does the XP for the characters differently depending on, like, how they are. Like,
Yeah,
Ash
but
always
there's,
gets
like,
less.
episodes where they will be doing things and no one will get any XP because it's more important about... They're not, like... It's about the story, not necessarily, like, experience.
Oh, okay.
Like, also, I can't imagine that they're going to go up, like, 4 levels in a day. Although...
Oh, no.
I don't
Oh,
know.
no.
That
The Prison
sword's
of Lights
pretty
did
dang
happen.
awesome. Yeah.
I kind of want Kier to get his own class up song like Marcus did.
But what
That would be
better,
awesome.
what thing could he become as opposed to an engineer, which is already like the greatest thing here could be?
Certified engineer.
And Jakir.
Yeah.
Here.
What about Demon Swordsman? Or wielder of the Demon Swords or whatever? I'm sorry, I'm bad at names. I'll stop talking.
No.
Inventor.
Like, I feel like he's more likely to multi-class than to, like, class up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
still. Deserves the song.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I won't argue with you there. But when does Kier not deserve a song?
Never.
Exactly.
Don't still needs her own song because Kier took over hers.
That was promised, like, a year and 3 months ago.
Yeah, it was.
Matt, what are you doing?
It was promised like after that April Fool's Day thing that both songs would be coming out. But
I mean, to be fair, we also haven't seen Dote in that time.
True.
True.
Like, at all.
Yeah, we haven't seen her for a year and a half.
Except for maybe the spell stream, and that's about it. Back when we thought we would be leaving Honor soon-ish.
Yeah, it was a
How
lie.
naive.
Although,
How
to be
naive.
fair, Honor was originally supposed to end after everything is on fire, I believe. And then...
Then Ash had to go soul searching, and then we had to start a war.
I mean, to be fair, even though we're all, like, sick of Honor, this part of Honor is better than, like,
Yeah.
the beginning was.
Oh, yeah.
And we would have ended up with another, what was essentially a, like another essentially, Shrouded Isles arc where go to a place, do stuff, get a bunch of questions, leave. Never learn
Yeah.
any answers ever.
Yeah.
We still don't know why Kira was felt weird to Ash. Like it was brought up in that episode and just never talked about ever again.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
And then Marcus inspects him later and also notes that he's weird, but they still never inspect it more. It's like, ugh.
They also didn't investigate Kira's dad more with the weird fingers dissolving thing.
Which
I
Jay
think
said
that
we
was
would have
because of the
learned.
spell.
Yeah, Jay said we would have learned it had Marcus cast iconoclasm, so presumably it's related to that. Maybe Marcus would have lost his fingertips.
Can you imagine Marcus just freaking out about that though? He's so vain.
Yeah. He'd be like the one guard
my
that he
poor,
like
precious, beautiful fingers.
the one
My
guard that he like
spellcasting
Not my
fingers.
drop kicked because he attacked his face.
Yeah.
He's like the Flynn Rider of Thrilling Intent. Like,
Okay, no,
I just can't get my face
the
right.
the Flynn Rider of Thrilling Intent, honestly, is like a mixture of Marcus and Inian, especially because in that one
Yeah.
song, Flynn's dream is to just have a private island with a lot of money.
Wow.
It's like,
I mean,
gee,
isn't all of our dreams that, though? Like, how cool would that be?
That would be pretty awesome, and then you'd be safe from the zombie apocalypse.
Woohoo!
well, presuming
I
that,
mean, the
that
menu
they're-
would be useless
what if
to
they
you
were
then,
like
but-
zombie dolphins though?
Don't go in the
That's terrifying.
Then no
Yeah.
one is safe because then they can like bite like.
They'll nibble your toes while you're swimming.
Well, I guess
How
we
would
haven't.
you even get a dolphin infected, though? Like, that would require a zombie to swim out and catch a dolphin.
Zombies can't swim.
Well,
Zombie
like a zombie infects a crab infects a fish infects a dolphin infects another crab, it spreads across the islands. I guess we have an episode title
Dolphins
now.
don't bite crabs, and crabs don't bite dolphins. Like, how would...
The toxins from the zombies bleed into the water, and therefore the animals become zombified from
Why
it.
is it never an airborne virus?
In I Am Legend, it was
Because then
airborne.
everyone's dead.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
It's a
there's no
zombie
sort of
apocalypse, not zombie apocalypse, except for like the 10 people who are the protagonist blips.
I think
We're gonna have a story if everyone's a zombie.
No, you talk
in I
about
Am
the zombie
Legend,
society.
What
Like,
happens after everyone's a zombie then? Do
They
they
evolve
just keep
into
on
smart
being
zombies.
zombie? What
There
do
was a-
zombies do?
there was a really good story I read once that was based on like the idea of a post-apocalyptic society where there were zombies and there were zombie like children. Like I forget exactly how they came to be, but basically like they had evolved to a point that like when new zombies like came into existence, they could sometimes like under circumstances regain certain parts of their humanity. So they had like a classroom with all these zombie children that would like they didn't even know they were zombies because they'd never gone outside, and like all the people had to like bathe in this special stuff so that they didn't smell like flesh and the kids wouldn't go crazy. And it was like the idea that like even if the world was to succumb to like this entire virus, eventually the zombies would evolve, society would continue on, and something else would happen. Like, just because it's the end of our species doesn't mean that it's like the end of existence for a lot of things, and that theoretically, who's to say that the virus wouldn't continue evolving and humanity wouldn't continue evolving anyway?
Well, I think the thing is, most zombie viruses are designed to kill the host and then reanimate them. So the host is still technically dead. It's just the virus is kind of playing puppets.
Yeah, but it's like, who's to say that the
Dead
virus
can't produce babies because babies are alive.
I forget the exact story. I forget exactly what it was about. But
it's
it
an
was
interesting thing, because, like, technically in I Am Legend, the zombies there weren't actually dead.
They were supposed to be like vampires, though, weren't they?
They functioned a lot like zombies. They had vampire-ish characteristics. The idea was there's some kind of supposed cancer cure that went wrong and kind of started zombifying everybody. Then somehow it became an airborne thing, which is why most people were zombies, but apparently some people were immune to the airborne.
It was called The Girl with All the Gifts.
Ah.
Neat.
It was airborne in The Last of Us too, but only in certain places.
Maybe it's like in Resident Evil Resident Evil where like the virus is protean, so sometimes it's airborne and then sometimes it spreads through like bites and scratches.
Yeah, basically it was like if the I don't know how it worked exactly, but if the disease kind of festered in one place, it made spores, and that made it airborne. And if you breathe those in, then you're a zombie.
That makes sense. I feel like we need to do a TI zombie AU now.
In this specific instance, I'm reading the summary of the book. In this specific instance, it basically there's that one fungus that everyone always cites as like the inspiration for stuff like The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, the one that takes over bug brains.
Yeah, so technically they were still like alive. They're just not.
They're controlled by fungus.
Yeah, they lose their mental powers and stuff, and so they're like second generation zombies. So for whatever reason, they actually have like intelligence. I remember, and then basically the book ends. I'm spoiling this entire book. I'm so sorry, but the book ends with like releasing this entire cloud of spores that is going to overtake the rest of the world. So every other human who's ever survived is going to turn into a zombie now, because the world needs to progress and move on or whatever.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So I can't believe we progressed talking about zombie dolphins.
I know.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got onto the topic, to be honest.
Yeah, to be honest, I stopped
from...
listening for like 2 seconds, come back, and we're talking about zombies, and I'm like, okay.
We were talking about Marcus being like Flynn Rider, and that Flynn wanted an island. And then...
okay, yeah.
Yeah, live on
What
an
does an island have to do with zombies?
Because then you can survive the zombie apocalypse.
Unless there's zombie dolphins.
I'm sorry, Dark, it's my fault. I derailed the conversation.
Hey, it was only a 2-minute derail, so it's all good.
Anyway, back to TI. How do I draw? Oh my god.
Do we have anything else to talk about TI?
Predictions for next time?
Well, generally,
predictions.
That's what we do at the end of the podcast. I'm supposed to ask whether anyone has any headcanons or AUs or anything first.
Zombie apocalypse, apparently.
Yeah, zombie apocalypse AU.
I'm sorry, keep going.
Sorry, it sort of makes sense because like everyone gets covered in blood always. Like it's just a thing that happens in TI. So
yeah, they're the last survivors in their area from a zombie apocalypse, and they have to try and not turn into zombies.
They all come from this little town called Meach.
Mean shit? Mean shit. I think you mean mean shit.
That's where the virus starts.
Oh my goodness. I just found out a way to make it really, really tragic, too.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Like, Ash is somehow immune to it or something, and, like, the reason that they kept her there was, like, for research so they could make a cure. And then she
I dealt with too many torture AUs in the past week with Ash and experimentations. I am not doing that. I refuse to. Sorry.
Okay, well, I was thinking sad as in she is immune, so she has to stand there and watch as everyone else turns into zombies around her.
Yeah, that's where my
that's kind of where I was starting.
Okay.
What kind of zombies would everyone be?
I mean, it really depends on the universe, doesn't it?
Yeah, we'd have to depend on what kind of zombie virus we're going for. Like, would we want World War Z type zombies?
And is this taking place in like the TI universe, or is everyone human?
Yeah.
Because, like, Ash, like, being infected and the reason she doesn't turn because of her healing abilities. Like, so she's exhausted all the time because her body's trying to fight off the virus.
Yeah, that could make sense. Spirits are immune.
Yeah, and she's not technically a spirit.
Maybe she's like, she becomes like, in the Red Market stream they did, how they said you're technically immune, but your body still decays.
Mm-hmm.
So Ash becomes like that, like her body just keeps decaying. She pretty much looks like a zombie, but she's not a zombie. She's alive.
That's horrible.
Horrible.
What if it's like, if it was in TI-verse, like, the spirits started the zombie virus in Honorant because they ended up not being able to stop the war, and then the spirits let out this biological virus, and it just kind of started wiping out the humans, and, like, they have to leave Honorant super quick so that they can survive, and then it just sort of starts spreading really, really far. Because Caravia gets a hold of the zombie virus, and they're like, hey, more zombies!
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Caravia would love that. Are you kidding
I
me?
know! Until they become zombies.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside to it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
liches.
technically, Caravia would be an advantage because they have necromancers who can control undead. So, like,
Yeah.
unless it was, like, a kind of zombie, like the one I was talking about, where you don't technically die, because then the Caravians would probably be screwed.
Mm.
And that would honestly be kind of funny.
Or what
That's a lich.
if, you could argue, because Caravia's necromancy, they're literally creating their undead, whereas, like, with the zombie virus, it's not something they created, so maybe it's not something they can actually control.
Mm.
That'd actually be kind of funny, though, like, just watching them, like, oh, hey, look, there's a horde of zombies, I'm going to take over it. Oh, wait, no, this isn't working. Oh, no, oh,
Mm-hmm.
If Caravia gets taken over, everybody's screwed.
no! Mm-hmm.
I feel like if the, like, pretty much the undead country can't control the undead, like, there's no hope for everyone else.
Yep. Just
Okay, but then we get
everybody go up to Free Arch where it's cold and the zombies will freeze.
but then we sort of get to the boring part where they just go back to the Shrouded Isles where there's literally nobody. And they're good.
Yeah,
This
but didn't they say that people were starting to come back to the Shrouded Isles? I mean, that's why Rat was there.
This is when you introduce, like, zombies that work like that one suggestion for golems where they start walking across the seafloor.
Yeah. Or floating over, depending on how old the zombie is.
Yeah.
Floating zombie raft.
This is such a weird podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, I just can't wait to call it a zombie dolphin, and people are like, "What does that have to do with the TI episode for this week?" And I'm like, "You'll
And then
see."
you'll
You'll
listen to
find out.
the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch and find out.
I'm glad I at least helped you figure out a title for the episode.
Yes.
Zombie dolphins.
Zombie
We could
dolphins.
just call it the zombie podcast apocalypse. Because
We're
at
not
least two of the
zombies.
six.
Like, I'm a lich, but we're not zombies.
Well, at least 2 out of 6 of us are sick right now and can be considered Walking Dead. So,
Rude.
don't lie.
I don't know. Whenever I'm sick, I feel pretty undead.
Here's for a cheer up. My cat just stepped on a bag and jumped about 3 feet in the air because he didn't mean to make it crinkle.
Oh my goodness.
That's absolutely nothing to do with the podcast, and I am sorry.
It's fine. It's cute.
Do we have anything else to address about the episodes proper?
Or do we want to talk about what we think will happen next week now?
I want to see more in fight.
Yes.
Yes.
He has no gun, so he's gonna have to punch
Yeah.
some people.
Yeah.
Shirtless.
Shirtless Morin.
Let's draw. Shirtless brawl.
Yes.
I want Ian, Marcus, and Ash to finally get to the fort.
That'll be quite the scene when they run into Kier, literally trying to kill Jin. When they're like, "Wait, we need to talk to him."
Yeah, I think
need
answers. I think Kier and Jin are gonna fight, and then Marcus, Ash, and Ian come in like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
Kier, why are you trying to kill Jin?
You can't see it, but I did a gesture. I repeated it there. You guys can't see me.
No, we can't.
I feel like something weird with the mask is gonna happen again because Ash still has it. It's just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. When Jay mentioned Marcus and Ian sensing something with their noses, I was so sure it was the mask and Ash was using its magic. Then it turned out to be Max. But I was so sure that's what was going on there.
I made a headcanon that Jin can actually physically control the band when they're in their mask, and that's part of the curse.
Oh.
I just realized something. So, you know how Iguana Mask Band is called Iggy now by Ash, right?
Yes.
And Rodian, Igni, Maxis, Ash called him Iggy.
Oh.
Did he? I thought she called him. Well, she did when they first.
Iggy.
Yeah. She did Iggy. Marcus chose Max, and Gregor chose Ro, I think.
No, it was Gregor was Iggy.
Yeah, Gregor was Iggy.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched.
Because I mentioned this like weeks and weeks ago, and Elfy looked it up, and it was Iggy. And Gregor had Iggy.
No, I can just remember that off the top of my head.
Oh. See, he didn't even have to look it up.
Yeah.
Elfy, master of the TI quotes.
Yeah. Usually. Yep. I'm not as great with the more recent stuff, but that's just because I haven't rewatched it 100 times.
For me, I just pick up on the funny stuff from recent episodes really well.
Next episode, I also want the Gregor and Kirlos fight to, like, end.
Yeah. I want Ash and Jin to talk. I want Zeke to explain his intentions. And
Aaron!
I want Aaron to show up.
I'm really excited.
And I want Ash to finally get some more sleep.
I'm really excited
to see Gregor to heal.
I'm really excited to see Jin in combat because not only does it show us his fighting style, but it also shows us like more of what he can do.
Yeah.
And I'm very interested in this.
I want to see more what he does.
Yeah. Like, is he that kind of guy that like just dodges out of every blow? Does he like go out of his way to deflect them or what?
I'm just wondering if he's gonna end up doing druid stuff like entangle and just trap everyone to the spot with a bunch of vines.
It would be so cool.
Yes. Plant powers are the best powers. There's so much you can do with them.
Yep.
I was going to say something. I don't remember anymore. Or he just summons a bunch of laser bears.
Laser bears!
I love the fact that they're just called laser bears. Like, that's not even, like, a fandom term. That's what Kier called them, so we just call them that.
Yeah.
Right?
It's an appropriate name, even though...
It also implies that Kier has made a laser at some point.
Well,
and named...
Well, Marcus at least does, like, I-beams.
Yeah,
so.
Those are lasers.
Yeah, I guess.
I can't wait to see you guys at Gen Con.
I'm so excited! And also really, really nervous because, oh my god, it's 7 days before I leave.
Same.
It is.
I like to see everyone's picture.
I have to get phone stuff so I can use my phone in the States and not get charged ridiculous amounts. And I have to get some money changed to American bills. And what was the other thing? Oh yeah, I have to pick up my cape from the tailor.
Pokemon
I have to
Go.
finish my mask. Yes, Pokemon Go.
I just need to the rest of my pick bets are arriving here tomorrow, so I'm going to probably spend either Friday or Saturday ripping the heads off stuffed bats so my mother can sew them, and then we have to figure out how to transport all of these in our suitcases. And I have to hope
very easily.
You know, actually, if you take your clothes for like one day's worth of outfits and then you just roll them up, it actually saves like a ton of space in your suitcase.
Ooh, and the they're almost like Ziploc bags, but you use the vacuum to vacuum suck the air out. Yeah, those I've found are really good to transport plushies. I'm not 19 and go anywhere with like stuffed animals. No.
It's okay. I still have like the vast majority of my stuffies from when was the last time I did a Sally Ann dump? Many years.
I am transporting, I think, 8 pig bats total to Gen Con with me.
How many pig bats?
Yeah.
And only one of them is one I'm keeping, which is my don't. And
I believe one apiece are going to Matt, Jay, Foss,
Jackson
and
and
Jackson.
Yeah. So and then I accidentally ordered one more than I meant to have because we lost one. So lots of pig bats.
Oh no.
All right. So are we good for?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
All right. If you'd like to listen to more episodes of the podcast, you can find us at spiritfolksaturdays.tumblr.com. If you want to join the TI Skype chat, feel shoot us and ask with your Skype name. We'd be happy to have you. Thanks for listening. We'll see everybody next week. Or not next week. The week after that, probably. Bye.